Welcome into the DGD podcast. As always, Robert, Keon, Kobe. Welcome back, Kobe. Went to a wedding Monday, or over the weekend, excuse me. So, anyways, guys, Kentucky, now that that's over, we're talking Vanderbilt. Don't necessarily know if there's too much to talk about in regards to Vanderbilt. Maybe even not the quarterback that I thought. I thought AJ Swan was going to be the guy, and it seems like the Sills kid is the guy now. So it's just a completely different feel for that. But other than that, we're going to talk about Vanderbilt and talk about some keys to victory, right? Typical casual pregame show, preview show. Wallace says we're pulling at Georgia, got to get warmed up for before the show starts. Yeah, kind of slow start, but we get going quick. So, Keon, Kobe, how y'all doing tonight, man?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. How are y'all?
I'm doing good. Pretty good.
Doing great.
Look at you.
Just enjoying being back.
Look at you. That's what I'm talking about. That's the spirit. That is the spirit. We'll do this. We'll bring this back up. Kobe, since you weren't here Monday, let's get your thoughts on the Kentucky game. What were your thoughts before we put that to bed for you and everybody else?
I think it's simple. It just don't swing and miss. I just think that at some point, I think Coach Stoops has done a good job kind of catering expectations to saying, hey, listen, we're Kentucky. We don't get the best players. He kind of just, said it in a weird way after the game, talking about it needs more NIL deals, needs to be able to buy more players because you can guarantee we're buying players. It that kind of caught me a little off guard. I didn't love the way he worded that, but I do understand what he's saying. But I think for Ray Davis and a couple of those guys, Devin Leary, I think they realize that there's still a big gap between 1 and 2 in the East. And at this point, I still don't think anybody's remotely close to competing for the East year in and year out, especially. You may have a team like Tennessee last year that if some cards would have fallen their way, maybe you could win the East for a year. But it's kind of like that old school Alabama where you may sneak up on them and Auburn once every 5 years, but most years they're handling business. And up to this point, I think we all saw on Monday, I think we have a legitimate chance of having the second longest winning streak. the second longest amount of time at AP number 1 in history. So that'll be an interesting thing to kind of keep an eye on as the season kind of continues.
I'm with you there. So now that we got that situation, I want to go ahead and get this first sponsor out of the way, because right now it's 10:15 and you got should until about midnight. So let's do this. Let's see. I am going to talk about Alumni Hall. So if you don't understand, oh, that's Apotheos. My bad, guys. Sorry about that. Alumni Hall. Go to our website, dgdpodcast.com. Go to sponsors. Go to Alumni Hall, and look. They have a code right now going until midnight. Deal days. 20% off your order, by the way. So check it out. Get you some stuff last second. It's okay. Definitely worth your time. And the code is deal days, DEALDAYS. You get 20% off and you get free shipping. So there you go. Definitely go check that out. Quick, fast, and hurry. Take advantage of that. Seriously, take advantage of it. Also, thanks to Alumni Hall. All right, guys. Let's talk Vanderbilt. Keon, how you feeling about this Vanderbilt game?
Well, there's competitors on both sides, athletes on both sides, like some would say. But overall, we about to go in there and smack that shit. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
To be nice, you could have said this isn't a fucking debate.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's more of like a eulogy than anything else. But shout outs to Vanderbilt. They scored 14 points on Florida. So
Yeah, they did.
yeah.
Going up to Nashville, by the way, 11 local, but 12 Eastern kick. Obviously after Kentucky, the 4 quarters, complete game, quick start, all this stuff. I want to ask y'all this. Do y'all think we continue that and stay hot early? Do y'all think that happened? Or
Yeah, I don't see a way of us slowing down at this point.
I mean, I don't necessarily see us having the first half we did last week where we touched the ball 5 or 6 times and we score 5 or 6 times. I mean, I think Bobo's gonna keep things a little back to vanilla, but I still see us being up pretty substantially at halftime. I think that games like this, like we've all talked about, are what could hurt somebody like Carson Beck, somebody like Brock Bowers down the stretch statistically, because in a perfect world, Carson Beck's going to play the first half wide open, the third quarter maybe a drive or 2, kind of feeling out, maybe seeing if we can get one more score, and then after that, the remainder of the third quarter, all of fourth quarter, it's going to be Brock Vandagriff for at least 2 drives, and then maybe even sneak Gunnar Stockton in for one last drive. I mean, this game just hasn't been close since Kirby's been here.
Except for 2016. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. We all forget about 2016.
We do our best to forget about it.
It's just like Alabama. Nobody talks about Nick Saban in 2007. Nobody gives a fuck. Like the same thing now. Kirby really started in 2017. And 2017 since, they haven't been close. So bad so, they chickened out not once but twice in 2020.
That's true, which they've been getting that ass handed to them ever since. Kirby ain't forgot about that. Sorry to hear that about that seniors too, by the way. That shit was sad. Yeah, I was upset. I know a lot of Georgia fans still probably pissed off about that, though. But no, I think, with this game, man, like there's no reason, there's no reason for us not to drop 50 points, right? Listen, you got Bulldogs battling breast cancer, doing their whole month of October, right? Just, pledging for points, stuff like that, dude. There's no reason for Georgia to let loose, just let loose and raise some money, right? Drain some bank accounts, right? For a good cause. That's just my feel to it. I'd be happy with that.
The amount of crazy that Brock Bowers is going to go for my fantasy team. I really believe this is going to be the week that I might have to post what my record is in my fantasy league after this week. Y'all got to see this.
Now, my question is it better than your standings in the picks, though?
By far. I haven't lost a
Okay.
game.
Oh, look
I
at you.
haven't lost it.
I'm
Yeah.
proud of you. At least you're good at something there. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I
Elite.
would suck at it
Elite
too.
at elite at something. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, I'm glad you're elite at something. I'm not.
I mean, let's put it this way, fellas. Vanderbilt, even in the year they won, Vanderbilt has not scored more than 17 on us since 2013.
That was with Jordan
in a game
Rogers,
they
wasn't it?
won. That was a game they won, 31-27.
Wasn't
Yeah.
that the Jordan Rogers game?
It very easily could have been.
I don't even.
But since then,
You said I
then
don't remember.
they've scored 17, 14, 17, 14, 13, 6, and a pair of goose eggs the past 2 years.
Shout outs to the field goal kicker.
Sarah Fuller's not here to save him anymore. Tough shit. Tough shit. Oh, speaking of Jeff's saying the only one over 500 for over-unders. We got to get to that too, by the way. That should be fun. Guys, so when it comes to Vanderbilt, right, I think overall we're not necessarily worried about it, but we don't want to sleepwalk through this game. But they do have a player that I think we do kind of need to keep an eye out for. That's Will Sheppard. And for what it's worth, I think Will Sheppard's a really good receiver. With that being said, though, I think you look at it as a key to victory on this, right? We'll start our keys to victory. I think mainly the obvious one is to kind of shut him down. Because if you do that, I think you have a good shot to just completely just stifle everything that they're built to do. I mean, would y'all agree on that?
Yeah, I mean, he seems like a phenomenal wide receiver. Like, I have been keeping up with a couple of his games here, but Kamari Lassiter is going to take him out of the game. Like, I'm sorry. This isn't one of those games that I think like that people are going to watch and think, okay, well, they're going to make some really tough pushes here. No. Like this is going to be like a full display of dominance. Like by the end of the game, we're going to be looking back at this and being like, okay, why did Georgia really play Vanderbilt?
I mean, Kobe, do you have anything else to say on that too, man?
Yeah, I was looking up Will Sheppard statistics for everybody at home listening. Will Sheppard's caught 35 passes for 550 yards. He's already caught 8 touchdowns with a long of 85 yards. That came against Florida last week for a touchdown. He had 3 receptions for 107 yards and a touchdown. He's had 107, 98. Kentucky held him to only 2 catches for 31 yards, but then he had for 97 and 8 catches for 87. So definitely his numbers have been down a bit in conference play, but I mean, like you're saying, against Kamari Lassiter, somebody to that level, he'll have more trouble.
Yeah, I think, looking at Sills as their quarterback right now, I believe, looking back on this, right, preseason, I was thinking that with A.J. Swan there at quarterback, things would be different than what they're seeing so far. So you got Sills, I would assume, is starting. I don't even know what happened to A.J. Swan. I don't know if he's hurt or so. Probably hurt, maybe. I don't know. Probably should have done my research on that. But either way, quarterback play, I think, for them is going to be crucial, right? Because, you have the home field advantage, but the problem is, and I'm sure, Kobe, you've seen this as well, the stadium turns red, and it's not even fun for them. It's just really not. That's all I can basically say. Y'all have to know that as well. Like we've seen on the TV copies that you just sea of red. It's not even hardly any gold. So,
well, this is a big fact that our boy Keon would love, especially for a long time they were the only stadium in the SEC that would sell alcohol on game days. So it gave everybody a reason to kind of go and have a big time and go to Nashville for the weekend and have a couple beers at the game. And kind of just enjoy the beatdown that was about to commence. Now a lot more stadiums do sell alcohol. Georgia not being one of them,
Mm-hmm.
so it's still going to be one of those weekends where a bunch of people. It's the fall. It's October. You're going to pack up, take off work Friday, drive up to Nashville, go out Thursday night, go out Friday night, wake up, get to the stadium, stay till halftime because you're just beating them that bad, and then kind of clear out. I mean, it's just going to be one of those games. It's going to be 95% Georgia fans, and it's going to be just an ugly, ugly game.
Oh, I think so too. I mean, so let's kind of go back to what Georgia needs to do, right? I think Georgia needs to just show up. Ultimately, I mean, listen, I don't think they're going to change the football field to a fucking debate stage. So I think you're going to win this game regardless. So there's that.
I mean, this is a team that's beat you 3 times since 1995.
That's fucking crazy. But at the same time, it's Vanderbilt.
So to put that into context, I'm 28. I was born in 1995. They beat us how many times? We're going to beat the dog shit out of these guys. Like, there's no other way to even. Y'all ready for the bye week? I mean, like, what the fuck? Like,
speaking of bye week, while we're on this topic, Vanderbilt's not one of the teams that everybody's concerned about. So if you want to, and you're in the chat right now, or if you're listening to podcasts after this comes up, let us know what you want to hear during the bye week.
No, for real. Because I got a couple of topics that I could just, you know what I'm saying? Just
listen, we do the show. We do the show for y'all too. You know what I mean? So y'all let us know what y'all want to hear, and we go about our business. It's that simple. I mean, Kobe might even pull his swolders out. We ain't seen the transformation in a hot minute.
Yeah.
Might be saving that for the Gator Hitters ball. Who knows? Anything goes to the player at the Gator Hitters ball.
I'm waiting to see who you're getting. How all these Florida fans are gonna find us this year. It always happens. Never know how, but that's always a 30-person show in the 30+ person show talking.
I will be on the podcast eating actual gator during the Gator Haters Ball. So
interesting.
Really, really excited for that.
For what it's worth, I think we need a sponsor for the Gator Hitters ball. Lee's.
Right.
I don't care. Give me a denim company. Because the amount of jort wearing motherfuckers on this show that's going to be in the chat room, type. We need a sponsor. So if you're, I don't know, Dickies or I don't know, Levi's, fuck, I don't care. If you have any kind of denim, bring it on. Because do I need to wear jorts or something? I don't know. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to resort myself to that though. So good try.
I saw a Florida fan with a denim hat, and I was like, oh my god. We are doing too many of the wrong things in life.
These people really do wear the Canadian tuxedos for real.
No, it's really disgusting.
I don't understand it. What's that? So we're seeing some good interesting stuff here. I think, hell, dude, we might even have to talk about this, Kobe, and Keon. Maybe even open it up for some call-in show during the bye week.
I'm honestly for it. Let's take some live questions.
Let us know what y'all think about that. Think about a call-in show. What do y'all think about that? Let us know. Harry has a good comment here saying, let's see, where was it? Bubba will attack, Beck will comply. Yeah, I think this is a good game to get more comfortable. He might
as well take his cleats off. Like, we're gonna be very comfortable.
Trying to stay on a relevant conversation, guys. How do y'all feel the offensive line will do this week? I think this is another good get right game for these guys.
It should be an A+.
Brother, I think that we're going to be sitting here on Monday giving report cards just like we did against Kentucky.
I think so too.
It's going to be A+ for the whole offense and A to A+ for the whole defense. I mean, again, like you're saying, we're gonna all be sitting here pissed if we give up one touchdown.
No, for real.
Maybe even a field goal. Well, no, I don't know. Maybe even a field goal. We'll see.
Well, it depends on how
I mean,
strong their field goal kicker is. I didn't see some guys
At
make
least-
some 50
At
yarders.
least I was going to say, at least it's not the thicker kicker up him as in coma.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, you can't let that guy get past the 30.
I think we upset Harry slightly, guys, saying, hey, now all wears denim, got animals and critters about. Do you wear pit vipers, though, with them? And do you drink Bud Light, too?
As long as you don't yell "Go Gators" in it,
Or,
I think
or chomp, or chomp, right? I think as long as you don't chomp in jorts and pit vipers, right? No shirt. As long as you don't fit the stereotype, I'm okay with that, Harry. But if you do fit the stereotype, then we're going to have some serious discussions.
Denim gator hat, no shirt, shades on, but on the hat. Jorts and Jordan 1s. As long as that's not the attire.
Well, we got to add something. And a 2-digit IQ, you can't have that either.
Yeah, no.
Fucking Forrest Gump, stupid ass. Yeah. I think you're okay here. We'll leave it there. We'll save that for the Gator Hitters Ball. Gotta have some fun. I don't think you understand. We got some new folks in the chat that Kobe, I think they're gonna be pleasantly having fun on the Gator Hitters Ball. Just gonna leave that there.
I'm telling you, I'm eating live.
Just gonna leave that there. Keon don't even know. Keon don't even know what he's getting himself into.
I don't know, but y'all will see me eat Gator, not with the Gator live, but you'll see it live.
I know we're talking more about Florida right now, but dude, I'm just letting y'all know because after this bye week and it's Florida week, boy, Florida fans are gonna hate us. They gonna hate us.
I'm gonna probably be at that game too. See, like that's another crazy thing about it.
He gonna be. Hold on, are we gonna have a Keon reporting live from Tailgate City?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Find a Florida fan so we can just shit on them on live.
Yeah, that's gonna be the game plan.
I mean, would that be the first Georgia podcast that did something live, like a live shaming session? Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Beer will be cracked open. I might take a sip on there. You might hear.
If you decide to put on blue and orange instead of red and black, God forgives, I don't.
No, right. We all make mistakes, but yours is unforgivable.
Ain't that guy dead, by the way? Unforgivable? Unforgivable. I know y'all remember that shit growing up. Yeah, nah, I'm with Harry. He says he hates all orange. Guys, let's get back on track, right? We can easily talk so much about Florida because, it is what it is. Guys, y'all want to just move on to predictions? I think keys to the game is pretty simple. Show up and
don't turn the ball over.
Don't turn the ball over 5 times. I think you'll be okay.
I mean, even if you did, honestly,
I wouldn't. Don't trust that. Nope.
No, I mean, honestly,
nope.
That's 15 points max. That's 15 points max.
You're right. It's so funny, but it's so true at the same time.
Don't turn the ball over. Score 7s, not 3s. Put the game away at halftime. Those are the keys.
The biggest key to victory is showing up to the game. Not
sound special teams too. I think you have to account for that. Sound special teams. Don't let the incomplete stadium distract you. Woodring, don't do it. Don't let it happen.
Literally walking into the gate is half the battle. That's it.
Are we sure you're understating the percentage? Because it could be 85 easily.
You're right. Getting onto the bus is the hardest part.
Just leave it there. Yeah, Harry says turnovers and dumb head coaching decisions are killer. Ask Mario Jimbo and the AZ head coach. Yeah, take a knee when you need to, right? I don't think Georgia needs to worry about that. It's not going to be a close game. But
hey, pay attention, Miami. If just in case we get in this thing called victory formation. Yeah, I know, right? Sounds crazy. Victory.
Keon, what is this victory formation thing you're talking about? What is that? Please explain.
So when you're under a minute left and you already have the game sealed up, you already have the lead, and guess what? It's like first down, second down. Guess what you do? You don't even really have to get in your victory formation could not even be a V, truthfully. You can mess that up all the way. But guess what? The quarterback has to do? Take one step back and take a knee.
Why would you take a knee? That's just giving up a play.
Yeah, but that's also letting the clock run.
Speaking of run, why don't we just run the ball? Like that's actually a football play.
Here's
Not
an
taking a knee.
idea.
We ain't no bitches.
Tell that quarterback what he can run is his right knee directly into the ground as soon as he snaps the ball.
We maybe if we get into that situation again, we'll try that. Thank you.
Yep.
And there's your conversation with Mario Cristobal, folks.
Reach one, teach one.
Back
to you, Rob.
Hey, babe, we're back. Guys, let's go ahead and do over-unders, and then we'll do predictions as well. Or do y'all want to do predictions and over-unders?
Let's do predictions first.
Predictions and then over-unders. Okay. Kobe, I'll let you start on this, sir. Do you have any bold predictions or hot takes for this game?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, a bold prediction. I would say that we score a 70-plus yard touchdown. This is my
pass or run. Either. Okay. I didn't know how specific you were trying to be.
We hadn't really broken like a deep play where like, you know, it's like just unbelievably like busted coverage or just kind of out corner the whole defense. But I think somebody gets it done this week. You know, kind of at our own 20 or 25 and take a shot that hits and score on a deep one. Kind of like Marcus Roseman. I mean, but I don't think that was quite. I mean, what was that? Like
40 yard. 40.
Yeah. So a little bit deeper than that even. So.
All right.
What you got,
I'll take that bold prediction and raise it. That happens in the first half.
I'll make a prediction. We get the ball to start the game, and from the 25, Brock Bowers jet sweep 75.
Now, if that's the first play that Bobo decides to come out there with, and Brock Bowers houses that shit, I need all of the Georgia fans to understand we will be on bullshit from that moment forward, meaning it's nothing but vertical shots, 40 plus if Carson steps back to throw. We just going to tell everybody catching passes, hey, just run to the end zone and turn around.
Now, if we do a jet sweep like that, though, I don't know if it'll be the first play. Like I said, it is extremely hot, but I don't see why you wouldn't have a situation where you just take a super deep shot like Kobe said. Yeah. Like, do a play action on first down because you know they're going to try to stop the run, right? You could easily just do a play action dunk over or dip and dunk, you know what I mean? Just dink it over the top and then just take it off to Bowers or whoever. So, there you go. Harry's bringing out some stuff that we need to save with that right there because that'll tie in perfectly with over-unders, but Jeff brings up Vandergrift with 2 touchdown passes. That's possible. If Kirby and Bobo let Vandergrift run the offense, I think it's possible.
And they 100% will. The days of turning around and hand the ball off are over at the University of Georgia.
And I love it so much.
Yeah.
I mean, within reason. Like, obviously, 3 minutes to go in the game, like, you may have Gunner out there handing the ball off a little bit, but Kirby knows.
But even then, Gunner was trying to throw the ball, so.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you're up like 55-0. You probably got the let's go home drive.
Feel to it. Yeah, maybe so. I think do y'all got any more? I think.
Yeah.
Is it possible? Is it possible? My bold prediction: less than 125 yards of total offense for Vanderbilt. That's total offense. Is it possible? I feel like it's very hot take.
I think it's a hot take. I don't think it's like an
Let
insanely
Let me go
hot
look
take.
just how hot it is.
Think about it, because think about it this way: if we held Kentucky to 183, why can't we do 125 for Vanderbilt?
So what you're saying is that our offense has 700 total yards.
No, I wouldn't even say that. I just think straight defense. I think we have the capability to shut them down to the point where they get maybe 125 yards
How many total yards do we have this last game? By like
on
600.
defense or offense. We had 608 total offense.
Oh, I don't even like the way how you're smiling.
Who wants to take a guess? When we played them in 21,
We probably gave up maybe 100
I'll
130.
s- I'll say 90 yards.
77 yards.
Yep.
We gave up
Yeah.
we gave up 24 yards through the air and 53 yards through the ground.
Oh my god! Now that was with this insane defense.
And
Yeah, I
we
could say.
and we and we had the ball. We went for 532, 291 through the air and 241 on the ground.
So that 125 is kind of being generous slightly.
I'm just saying the best defense possibly ever gave up 77.
I'll go 125 still. I think that's fair to say.
I'm.
I might be wrong, but I don't care. It's a bold. It's a hot take for a reason.
Yeah, no
I'll
doubt.
say. I'll say 100 yards.
That means you're looking almost replicating 2021 production there. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you're in the comments and you got a bold prediction, we'll easily rate them, as you can see.
But I do think our offense goes for a total of over 650.
I mean, Harry's with you saying that UGA is over 200 yards rushing. I think that's easily doable.
So last year they had 150. They had 105 passing and 45 rushing. We finished the game with 580 total, 387 through the air and 192 on the ground.
Well, they also that was with Swan and Shepard too. That was when Swan came in and was kind of dicing it up a little bit for what it's worth. Missed a couple of shots, but moving the ball. So
I'll just take the under on your 120. I think that's a lot safer.
I mean, Harry's 200 yards plus rushing. I think it's easily doable as well. I think Brock Bowers. I mean, multiple touchdowns for Brock Bowers. I think is easily doable.
I like Harry's 2 Vandergrift scores because last year Stet was 24 for 30 for 290 with 2 tuds, and Carson Beck came in and was 8 for 11 with 2 tuds.
Yeah, that's a good one then. I think it's possible for sure. Defensively, you know what? Let's hit the over under real fast for just over unders.
Okay.
And then if we miss something, we can always just touch back on it. Because some of these bold predictions might tie into these over unders. But first things first, last week is the first week of our over under situation. So for week 6, here's what it looks like, folks. And so over under. So obviously we had the 6 criteria. Keon, you went 2-3-1. Yep. Kobe 1-4-1. Now that Kobe, you're here, and then I went 3-2-1. Right. So now as we move into week 7, the next slate of over-unders, I think there's 7 this time. So I'll read them off. Carson Beck, over-under 363 passing yards. Over-under.
Over.
Under. That's a huge amount of yards.
Yeah, he just did that.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're looking at a situation where, I mean, sure, you had 389, right? But I think with Kentucky, I think you're sending a statement. And Vanderbilt, I mean, you might see it. You know what I mean? I think you might be right there, Keon.
I worry you're going to run the ball.
That's my concern. Because it just
actually, yeah, you're right. Let me do the under. Let me do the under on that one.
So we're all under on this one first. Okay. So I think we're okay there. So So everybody's under here. Okay. So the next one is Carson Beck, 3.5 passing touchdowns. Over, under.
Over. I'm gonna say the over on that one.
I'm gonna go the under again because I just think one, he's not gonna be in the game abundantly long, and then two, I really do believe we're just going to run the ball for a couple touchdowns. So I could see maybe getting the 3, but otherwise, I think you're going to try to run the ball, and we are have a bad habit of, we definitely run the ball in the red zone. And it's just kind of like Carson Beck will throw the ball between the 25s, but we definitely kind of, once we get to like the 15, we're kind of handing the ball off, trying to just ground them.
I mean, for what it's worth, though, too, Kobe, I think what we have to understand, too, is at times as well, we've seen them throw, jet sweeps, like run a jet sweep, or you're not going to see a traditional type fade route or anything like that, but we've seen situations where they'll utilize the backfield, right? They'll utilize the running back out of the backfield, and like Andrew Paul with Brock Vandegrift, things like that. So it's not necessarily 100% guaranteed that they're going to run the ball in the red zone, but we do have a tendency. So I do think there is a potential for a red zone passing touchdown. So for that one, Keon, you said under on the 3.5.
No, I'm taking the over.
You're taking over on that. Kobe, you're taking the under. I'm gonna take under just because I think he gets 3. So that 3.5 kind of makes me push down to 3. So I'm gonna go under on that. I think I feel comfortable. Now listen, I think we're gonna. I mean, you might see a few rushing touchdowns, maybe even 3 rushing touchdowns. I think it's gonna be a bloodbath. Marcus Roseme, Jack Saint, 71 receiving yards. Over, under.
I'm actually going to lean to the over this time. I think he's going to get the ball. He just has been so steady-handed, such a reliable receiver that you're going to continue to feed him.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over on that.
I'm going to take the over. I think his consistency with his hands and ability to create, just open passing lanes, right? Get into open spots, I think it's going to help. So I'm going to go over as well. Brock Bowers, 1.5 receiving touchdowns. Over, under.
Over.
This one's tough because it has receiving touchdowns on it. If it was over 1.5 total tuds, I think it'd be easy over. I think I'm still going to take the over only because I think that a game against Vanderbilt like this, it could really be the kind of game where you could see a little stat padding again where he may have 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think that Kirby and Bobo are going to continue to feed that man, and they're going to continue to just see what kind of statement year he can have.
Yeah. I'm going to go over as well. I just think that this is the perfect game to stat pad, if you will. There's no reason not to. But at the same time, it also wouldn't surprise me if you do get under the 1.5 receiving, just because of the fact that you've got other guys like Rara, and this would be a good time for a guy like Dominic Lovett to get a nice touchdown catch. I feel like that'd be a situation. Or hell, Arian Smith. I know he hasn't really seen much, but wouldn't it be nice to hear that guy's name? Or Lad McConkey get a touchdown. I'd like to see some distribution in regards to touchdowns, but again, I'm going over because there's no reason for me to believe that Bobo's not going to get the ball into his best player's hands, and especially against Vanderbilt. So I think we're all over on that one. Now, the next one in this is Kendall Milton, 65 rushing yards. Over.
I think it's over.
I do too.
I think you're going to run the ball. I think you're going to run the ball. You're going to, It's going to be a 3-man backfield for a little bit, but I think you're going to try to get him and Dejon in the 80-yard range.
So everybody's over on this one.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing too. I think another thing that we need to keep an eye out for that is he ran hard as shit, like he was healthy again, and I think that's going to help transfer over because he was running. He ran through people, and I think that's something that we haven't seen unless he was like 100% healthy or as close to 100%. So I think the over is pretty good. So, yeah, I think that's my thoughts there. So everybody took the over on Kendall Milton. Now I think we have a defensive stat: 1.5 interceptions.
Under.
Under.
Now if that was turnovers, I'd say over.
Let me go do some digging real quick.
I'll give you mine. I'm going over, and because I think they're going to have to throw the fucking ball. And that just means opportunities. A sheer volume tells me that you're going to have a chance to get some interceptions, especially with a quarterback. Even at home, I think that quarterback's going to get a situation where maybe a Tyke Smith or Malachi Starks lures him into a throw that he thinks is comfortable and picks his ass off. I mean, we saw Starks do that before this season, right?
Now, we'll say this. If it ends up being an over, those two will be the ones that get the interception.
Yeah, I mean, I think you easily see – I think you can easily see 2 picks. I mean, we had 3 picks against one time this season already. So I don't see why we can't do it against Vanderbilt because I think they're going to be throwing the ball a lot.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm feeling the over this week.
Yeah. Well.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just make this assumption for everybody. I think this Vanderbilt 80 total rushing yards is under for everybody.
100%. Yeah, no, I'm taking the over with the interceptions. I think we walk away with a total of maybe 4 turnovers.
I like the under for the rushing.
Yeah, I think everybody's on board with the under as well. I mean, it's a good call. I mean, what was that number, Kobe? You said in 2021, I think it was.
2021, it was like 45 yards or something.
Jesus, man.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's been that way the past 2 years. Let me go look at the past 2.
It's crazy.
No, that's actually nuts. That's yeah, no, we did it.
I went longer than expected. I'll take it. Just gonna leave that there. Is the Vanderbilt? So Harry asks, is the Vanderbilt quarterback who even began the season back? No, I think it's Sills, man. Swan started the season. I don't think he's back yet.
So they ran the ball 28 times for 53 yards in 2021. So
Wallace calling 4 turnovers actually as well.
Damn.
Yeah. Dryer.
Absolutely. We put the motherfuckers, washing them, rinse and repeat, then dry them off. Dry our hands off. It goes like that.
100%.
So we got some. So which
last year you held them 23 attempts, 45 yards, 1.9 yards.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
You held them to less than 100 yards in the past 2 years.
Well, don't mention that, dude. Yeah, that's going to happen. 100%. Perks of being an adult. Yeah, it's going to get ugly, guys. Let's just leave it there.
This might be the quickest show ever.
No, it's not really. We're still at 40. I mean, we're at 45 minutes. So we still got the picks too, man.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think honestly though, for what it's worth though, guys, y'all are gonna be interested to see these picks. Maybe.
I'm gonna be so screwed, man. Oh my god.
There's a chance.
Let's roll into them.
Let's do that. Before we do that, let's jump into our second sponsor of the show. What you saw first earlier Apotheos. DGDpodcast.com / or actually just go to the sponsors drop down and click Apotheos and get you some coffee, folks. It's quite literally the coffee of champions. Have it every single morning. Will not ever not have it. It is delicious coffee. Gets me going every morning. I need it. Gets my brain flowing. Good stuff. Give them a follow on social media as well.
Mm-hmm.
Picks. Where we at? That being said, here's our standings from last week.
All right.
Take a look at it. Keon, since you're in last place, I'll let you explain the numbers here.
So it was a rough go, not gonna lie. But also happy to say I'm not the only one who went, what is this, 5 for 5? So yeah, teams continue to crap on us.
Nah, it's just regression to the mean. Kobe, you know what I'm talking about. Last year was like this every week. Every single week was like that. So no worries there. Juan is 1 point ahead, by the way, Kobe. So maybe in these picks you can find a way to create some separation.
We'll see. Might have to start cooking up some bacon bits picks again.
Oh,
yeah.
So Wallace got a question saying, "Is there a point in the Vandy game where we've let everyone get so much practice in that we put in the water boys and trainers just for shits and gigs?"
Well, no.
Can I make a hot take?
Oh, don't do it.
Jackson Muschamp comes in, baby. Them white boys are dangerous. I'm just messing. Hey,
fam, can you imagine if he comes into the game and throws a 45-yard bomber?
Let me just everybody just take a breather. Let me explain some rules to everyone. It's an away SEC game, which means we're limited that we can only take 75 players on the travel.
So you're telling me Jackson Muschamp ain't gonna travel?
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
I need you to chill the fuck out with that.
I promise you, he will not travel.
I'll have to hit him up. Like, sir, just make it there. We can drive you up there. Get you Uber. Get you an Uber. Jeff Hightoff. Oh, this is a good one. Jeff Hightoff says Mpemba gets a sack. Possibly.
Yeah, that's right. It may be actually 70, not 75. Because like one's for home and one's for away for SC. I think it's 70, 80. So even better, Harry. Yeah.
Maybe.
I think that Mpemba pick might actually come to fruition. Honestly, I just see the quarterback getting punched on all game.
Yeah. Y'all ready for the picks, guys?
Yeah.
All right. First one, Florida traveling to Columbia, South Carolina, taking on them Gamecocks. Any doubts, guys? Any?
A little.
I want to leave the comments here, guys. I want to see who y'all got. Drop a comment who you got in this game. Here's our picks. All right, here's our picks. Everybody went South Carolina.
I was about to say we better.
Oh my god!
We better be in fucking unison, fellas.
I completely. I couldn't. That's unbelievable that we all picked the same.
I was about to say, let that hate run deep.
No, I think it's just common sense at this point. They're fucking garbage.
Honestly.
It's just what it is. Yes, Jeff says South Carolina with an LOL behind of it. Yeah, you know it's real. I'm just going to leave that there. Yeah, I think this could be a good game for I think, honestly, though, and I'm trying to be serious here, like Ray Davis ran all the fuck over them. But my thought is Spencer Rattler should be able to pass over on them. But has South Carolina's run defense gotten better to the point where they can somewhat slow down Florida's rushing attack unless they just shut themselves down? You know what I mean? But even then, I think Pearsall could have a good game. But I think ultimately South Carolina pulls away at home and wins. I mean, if anything, guys, the road environment this year has caused a lot of teams losses. I think Georgia's the only one that's kind of bucked that trend. so
I will.
far at least.
I will tell you this. I think that stadium will be rocking. I think Graham Mertz is trash, but I think honestly, I think South Carolina is going to come out there with a strong game plan and just follow suit with it. I mean, Beamer, this is your chance right here to show us that you're a coherent coach. Oh yeah.
Not doing it, not saying it, not saying it, not saying it. Not saying it, not saying it. Oh man. Well, see, listen, Oklahoma, we're not talking about Big 12 teams at this point in time. But I get your point. I was talking SEC specific dog day, but I do understand where you're coming from. Let's see. Okay, Wallace says, I know the Minnesota coach this week said 75 in a press conference when talking about how many Michigan players put on the field out of the 75 they brought.
It's 70. For SEC play, it's 70. It's
Okay.
70, 80, like Harry said.
Okay, there we go. We'll clear that up. All right, guys, first game is out of the way. Now we move to this. You talked about bacon bits. Is this the game where you create some separation? Doubt it. Give us Bama.
Sorry, Sam. I rode with you last year and you hurt me.
No, sorry, Sam. I rode with you for Texas A&M and you hurt me. And
I'm hurt, dog. Don't ask me if I'm all right. Marquis said dominate. We ain't doing it. At least he took a fucking knee.
And then you got smacked by BYU. Like, what's the next option? I mean, Jesus Christ.
No Phil for KJ Jefferson there, man?
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, I'm with you there. Next matchup, Auburn traveling to Death Valley against LSU.
All right. This is another one that we should all be in unison with this.
Listen, before you flip it, this is like
my God.
a movable object versus just uncoordinated attack. I mean, this is an awful Auburn offense versus an even worse LSU defense. With that being said, show the graphic.
With that being said, boom. Boom.
LSU is so bad defensively. I mean, it hurts me to watch them play football.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
You know what,
so
though?
Awful.
The thing about it is this. I think Auburn can finally crack 100 yards passing in this game. But if they don't, that is
They're
death
getting
blow.
blown. Yeah, they're getting
That's
blown
a
out.
Death blow if they don't get 100 passing yards against that defense. Because that defense, Hurricane Katrina would have flooded that defense for sure.
For sure.
Whoa. I think that
it's porous.
It's one of those things that if you don't score with them, it could be like 55-13.
Honestly,
I think
it could get ugly
quick. Yeah, I think so too. I think that's going to be an ugly game. I don't see I just don't see them having the passing attack. Why? Perkins in coverage is probably the most hideous decision coaching outside of Mario Cristobal not taking a knee that I've seen. Because it's almost like we've talked about this before, but like Will Anderson should be passing or pass rushing at all times, especially when it's at Alabama. And Golding had him going and playing fucking coverage. And it's like, why are you doing that? And it's the same thing with Perkins. Perkins was a freshman All-American rushing the passer, and you want to play him in fucking coverage at Mike linebacker. It's like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you doing this? It makes no sense. Next matchup, A&M taking on Tennessee. Neyland Stadium. has to deal with the yell practice and that cult. Y'all
Show the
ready for this?
graphic.
You ready for this?
Yep, we're all gonna be in unison. Yep,
Keon, you chose A&M actually.
yep.
Ain't no way you playing fucking Rocky Top on this goddamn show. I'm gonna need you to understand. We have to put his ass in timeout.
Yeah.
T-Mart, timeout. Timeout, T-Mart. I ain't trying to hear no Rocky Top on my shit. No, sir. Good try, though. We know who you side with.
So here's how this is gonna go.
Explain your logic, because you're the only one that chose A&M. So let's let you hear this.
Honestly, they're better in the trenches. They're both terrible in the secondary, but I will say this: A&M is better in the trenches, and you win the game up front.
I will say that Tennessee has gotten significantly better at getting after the quarterback on the defensive side of the ball too, though. But I do get your point. I just think that you're going to have to make plays on the offense, and the home field advantage situation just pushes me to go Tennessee.
So because of the crowd screaming, that's going to make the quarterback accurate.
How so?
You see how that
he's being sarcastic.
Yeah,
yeah. That's what you're saying.
Between Joe Milton and throwing the ball effectively.
Am I just that naive and dumb?
I think that obviously Texas A&M has the better defensive line, could possibly disrupt some things Joe Milton's trying to do. I just don't believe in Jimbo Fisher as a head coach anymore. I don't believe in his ability to go on the road and win, and kind of re-rally a team that really should have won a week ago.
Yeah, they shit the bed against Alabama and forced a quarterback that had no reason to be able to throw in the pocket like he did. You made him look like he could throw in the fucking pocket. And that's with that defensive line? Okay. Good luck. I don't even know if it'll be a good game to watch, to be honest.
I don't know either.
I think it'll be pretty close.
Well, for me, I think Tennessee can run the fucking ball, though. That's the thing. Tennessee can run the ball pretty damn good. I think they run the ball. Watch them win the game by running the ball effectively.
Now, do you mean running the ball as in handing it off to the running back, or do you mean the quarterback scrambling and running for his life?
No, I'm talking about handing the ball off. They got a good running game.
I think we're going to see both.
Maybe.
Honestly.
Maybe so. Next on Missouri, Kentucky. Maybe a battle for second place in the SEC East.
I'm not going to lie. I don't remember who I picked here, but depending on what graphic I see, I may be feeling differently. Let's see first. Perfect. I had no recollection of picking this game.
How so, man?
I don't know. I just do not remember sitting in that pick, but I'm glad to see that I was thinking when I did.
Love it. Love it. For those listening, everybody's got Missouri. I think Luther Burden will have a good game again. I just don't think Kentucky's secondary is too porous for me, and also Leary is not one to. He's just not one to put the game on his back and go from there, right, and win the game for you. So we saw that they're not built to come from behind, and I think Luther Burden and company will get them, playing from behind pretty quickly.
This could possibly be the team that throws the ball for 450 yards versus the team that runs the ball for 450 yards. It's a legitimately could be what this game is. It's just Ray Davis versus Luther Burden. First one to blink loses.
It very well could be. Jeff, the game is in Lexington. So
Kroger
Field.
Both teams are 5-1.
I think for what it's worth, I think it'll be okay, but I just think passing the ball by 10. Guys, Let me see. What do you say? UK wins by 10? That's maybe. See, Missouri can fucking score though. That's the thing though. Missouri can score, and Kentucky has proven that sometimes they cannot score. So you just got to understand that too. All right, guys, let's do this. You ready for this? Now we move on to the next matchup. Oh yeah, Miami taking on North Carolina in Chapel Hill. Miami coming off. Yeah, I think that's where we're at. Keon, you with us?
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, everybody chose UNC.
Yep. Bang, bang, Tar Heel gang.
Stop it.
I'll be rooting for them come basketball season.
Ugh.
That's the squad.
Ugh.
That's the squad. That's the squad.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Both of y'all are going to have to do some like one-on-one basketball podcasts in the offseason.
Well, please, oh yeah, that's right. You're a Duke fan. Yeah. We had to send Grandpa off to the nursing home. Had to do that for him, but yeah. Who's the next matchup?
I see what you did. You tried to take a shot at my fucking team. Oh man, UCLA, Oregon State.
All right.
I think this would be actually a really good matchup, though. To be honest, I think this would be a real good matchup.
I'll be honest. The way how UCLA's schedule is set up, they shouldn't lose a game for the rest of the season.
Who?
UCLA.
Okay, we'll see. Keon, you chose UCLA. Everyone else chose Oregon State.
This is when I start to close the gap on you guys.
Or you just get farther back. Either way.
Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose at this point.
I think Mr. Ukulele has a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Listen, we realized that he is not the problem at Clemson.
But he might be the problem. He might be the problem at Oregon State.
He's actually had a really good fucking season. I have to be honest there. He's had a really good season.
Yeah.
So far.
Up until this point. It's been pretty good.
Oh, just because you wanted him to pick that? Okay.
Yeah.
Keon got it like that, though.
I mean, honestly, I'm rolling with the hot hand with UCLA.
Hot hands in the dice game, baby. Clackety, 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 clack. Oh, Jesus Christ. Where's Ashley Larry at?
Right.
Next matchup. This is going to be interesting. I think this next matchup, I was torn on this. USC, Notre Dame. It's a battle of no defense versus pissing down your leg at any given moment, especially in big games, right? Especially in big games. Are we in unison? Keon, do you think we're in unison, or do you think?
Absolutely not. Some of y'all are going to be – a few of y'all are going to be wrong.
Keon, you're solo again.
Yeah.
You're solo again.
Yeah.
Tell me why you choose Notre Dame in this matchup.
Because one, luck of the Irish. Two, they have a defense. And three, Joe Montana might be at the game. So when all those things come together, some really lucky shit happens.
See, hear me out on this. So, to my knowledge, I think it was earlier today I saw this. USC was prepping for rain in South Bend, right? Because they're going to Notre Dame. And I guess they're calling for rain. So I saw, I'm sure y'all probably saw this too. The coaches on the field and punts and stuff were spraying water to try to imitate the rain. Mm-hmm. Did y'all hear about that? Did y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
If it's raining, though, hear me out. This is why, Keon, you might be onto something here. If it's raining, then you run the ball typically. And Notre Dame does have a good run game with that running back. But I'm curious to see. I really don't think it matters with regards to Caleb Williams and rain. I think you see him just sling that bitch out. The problem for me is I had to determine which side of the ball would win them the game or lose them the game. So I had to go with Caleb Williams in that offense.
I really might flip with you, Keon.
No, stay over there.
No. Listen to this.
No, stay over there.
Robert,
You're over there.
don't let Robert be dropping little tidbits in the middle of this that I hadn't looked at. 71% chance of rain, 18-mile-an-hour winds for the day
Yeah.
in South Bend.
Yeah. Welcome
It's
to the
a high of 53.
Yeah.
So it could be an ugly game.
Could be
So
cold.
are you officially changing your pick?
Yeah, all right with Keon.
All right, so I need to hold on. Let's make sure for a record. Somebody type confirm in the comments to make sure that we're seeing the confirmation and everybody saw Kobe changed to Notre Dame. Just somebody type in confirm real fast. So with that being said, you've now, instead of Keon being solo, you've got Keon and Kobe going Notre Dame, me and Juan riding out with the Trojans. Fair enough. I think it'll be a good game. But I think nobody wins in the end.
Yeah.
That's just me. Now, this game, folks, this is your game of the week. All right. This is your game of the week.
Let's do it.
This is your game of the week. This is your game of the week.
We all better be in unison for this game. We are. Let's do this. Quack, quack. Quack, quack. Dan Lanning and the Ducks. Let's go.
I'm tired of hearing the comparison that Washington is this year's 2019 LSU.
Mm-hmm. So here's my thing. This is one of the takes that I have been dying on the hill on all offseason, all summer long. Dan Lanning, like I told people leading into the Georgia game last year, Dan Lanning is going to turn this program all the way up. And at this point, he hasn't failed to disappoint. Let's be honest. If we watched the Oregon versus Washington game last year, we know that Oregon got cheated. This is that get back game. This is the get right game. Oregon is going to come in there ready to go. Dan Lanning is going to give these guys one of those famous Kirby Smart speeches, and you're going to watch Bo Nix throw that ball like his life depends on it. And Troy Franklin is going to go stupid on my fantasy team. Let's go, Oregon Ducks. Quack, quack.
I'm just going to leave it here. There's two teams, and I think we may have talked about this, but if not, there's two teams in the country right now, FBS-wise, with top 10 offense, top 10 defense combined. Both of them are top 10. Can you name the two teams?
Georgia and
I know.
Oregon.
Georgia, Oregon. There you go, Kobe.
Right.
Perfect. Ding, ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
I'll take that extra point on this week's pick.
Sorry, you ain't getting that pick. Juan said absolutely not. Yeah, no, I'm just listen.
I'll tell you this. It is a legitimate thought process for me if Dan Lanning continues to have the success he is currently having at Oregon, that when Texas A&M moves away from Jimbo Fisher, he is the first phone call I'm making and asking what blank check gets you in College Station. Because
My question is,
this is why I'm saying this. Because I think if you wait, I think he is also going to be the first phone call made in Tuscaloosa.
I was about to literally get there before you cut me off.
But that's what I'm saying, though. I'm saying that if you're Texas A&M, I want him first because I don't think he'll lateral within the SEC. I do think he would leave Oregon for Tuscaloosa possibly.
You know what, though? For what it's worth, like, I don't know if Lanning would be that guy, and I don't want to get too far because this is a conversation for another day potentially. But who's to say he sticks around with Oregon and just lets it ride? Because Oregon will be in the Big Ten. So you're playing Michigan, you're playing Ohio State. So you're still playing some good matchups. Now, it's not SEC ball, I get that. But at the same time, you still have I say easier shot, but hell, let's be honest, SEC just isn't looking that great this year. It'll be interesting to see how things shake up. I think the blank check could be a factor there. However, at the same time, like, it seems like everybody's behind him in Oregon. He's creating his own culture. Doesn't have anybody to feed, any backlash. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying he leaves, but I'm saying that the moment I release Jimbo at Texas A&M, he is my first phone call, and he gets whatever dollar sign he would like.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it starts with winning this game this week. I think if he goes into if he goes into Seattle and pulls away and comes out with a win, I definitely think you're looking at Oregon as a playoff team. However, I think there's a good chance that you see this matchup again for the Pac-12 championship.
100%.
Not saying it will be. Not saying it will be. I think it'd be a good chance, though. I mean,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it comes down to, this conference. I think it honestly comes down to Oregon and UCLA at this point. I think UCLA has the easiest route to the conference championship in that entire conference.
That conference, regardless, somebody's playing some really good games, though. So,
100%.
It's based off of what I'm seeing so far this season. Pac-12 is looking really good. It's going to cannibalize itself, but I think you have a bunch of good teams that, if you go through with one loss, I think you have a good shot. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Hey, nice hat.
Wonderful.
All right, let's get to this game, guys. I think this is probably another good one here. Georgia Vanderbilt. It's pretty simple.
Dogs on top.
Now the question is,
they're smart enough that they came up with a hand signal?
Oh my word! Look at you. I will say this though. Let's do our score predictions. Kobe, you want to start on the score prediction, sir?
Yeah, I'll start. Let's do some mathematics. 42, 49, 50. Let's go. I'll roll with I'll roll 55-3. Will be what I roll. I think they get a field goal.
55-3. I've got 56-3. I think we don't kick a field goal. I think we go perfect, move the ball offensively. Maybe even a pick six. Give me a pick six. I think a pick six can happen, especially if they're in there. If they get the ball from the 25, trying to move the ball fast, just snag it and run it in. I think you see something like that. I got 56-3. Garbage time football.
I'll say 56-6. I think lightning strikes twice.
I swear to God, if this game's 30-20, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Oh my God, bro! I'm coming back to this podcast on Monday crying if it's 30-30.
I won't be here Monday. I'll let y'all know right now. If it's 30-24 or something like that, I'll see y'all next Wednesday. I may see you after the bye week. I may need the whole bye week to mentally reset.
Where's the mental where's the leadership?
I'm a panicking is what I'm
Kirbyism right there, baby.
Yeah, you got to break the glass on that one.
Yeah, Jeff says 52-3. Harry says 50-0. I mean, it could see another goose egg. I think, regardless, though, guys, I think this has the potential for, like I said, Bulldogs battling breast cancer. This is about to get a lot of money this week.
3 years of straight zeros would be absolutely crazy.
I do think what if this is the one game that we truly leave Carson Beck in, like the entire game?
It won't happen. You don't want to risk injury.
I'll tell you, if there's a game that's going to happen, it's going to be like 2 games from now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
We'll get to that more so, but I'm just going to give you a hint right here. How fitting would it be for a Jacksonville native to come back to Jacksonville and just skull fuck Florida?
Yeah, you got to get the Duval. You got to get the Duval dude to come back and just,
like get the fresh fade right before the game. Shit's about to get ugly, and you just tear that ass up.
You just belt to ass.
You run it like
Belt
you
to
run it like
ass.
you run it like a $1 special at a brothel. Just run through it.
Yeah, no, for real. All
There you
gas and no brakes. Come out of the gate with a 40-plus yarder pass. Like, yeah, we just flip red zones, guys.
No, that's where
It's,
you. Well,
it's
I mean,
finna get weird.
that's a nut dropper game right there.
All right.
Nah, we'll save that for there. But let's move on to let's see what we got. So we did our picks there. Locks of the week. Locks of the week. Keon and Juan go Ohio State over Purdue. Me and Kobe rocking the Penn State over Indiana.
So if the lock of the week and your upset of the week, if those two hit, that's what, 3 points?
No, your lock. If your lock hits, you even out. You don't get nothing for that. You
Okay.
lose if your lock misses. You lose 2 points.
Okay.
However, on the opposite end, if your upset pick does not hit, you lose nothing. If it hits, you gain 2 points.
All right. So for the upset of the week, I'm excited.
Hold on. I just want to before we get to the upsets, I just want you to understand something.
I cannot believe that you and Juan would even touch Purdue at Purdue against a top 5 opponent.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch that shit with anything.
I am desperate to not be last.
I'm with you, but like Purdue, I forget what has like 14 wins as an unranked school against top 5 opponents, like the most all time ever. It's just like we talk about bad things happen in Auburn at night. I think Ohio State fans literally have nightmares about what happens in Purdue at night.
Yeah.
It's wild. I just find it funny that for our locks of the week, that they all stayed within 2 teams in the same conference.
Right.
I think it just shows how good we think the teams on the left are and how bad we think the teams on the right.
Ideally. Moving on to the upset of the week.
I think we're going to be in unison. Oh,
No,
yeah.
we're not. Keon and Kobe are. Juan has Stanford upsetting Colorado. I've got NC State upsetting Duke, and as much as it hurts me.
Oh my God, he's turning on his boys, Keon.
No,
turning on his boys.
Oh, that's what it means.
They lose one game, and he's selling them.
Yeah, that's it.
Get them out of here. It's time for basketball season up in Durham.
All right.
I think you're sadly mistaken. No, in all seriousness, though, I think if Riley Leonard with that high ankle sprain, if he's out, I think that's a whole different team. I'm not necessarily sold on NC State, but I don't know.
I mean, that'd be like one of us picking Vandy to upset Georgia this week.
I need you to chill out with that.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Shut up.
Very flippant, fellas.
Right.
He's flipping on his boys. I picked them to play in the ACC championship, but they're losing to NC State.
Hey, listen, this is one where if I get 2 points, I'll be okay. But if not, I'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm really far behind, guys.
Oregon being the underdog in that game is just free money if they win.
Oh no, it definitely is. Vegas.
Yes,
Vegas,
it's smart.
Vegas.
It's smart to fade that game for sure. I definitely think it's smart to make that pick, double down on it for sure. I just think that if Riley Leonard's out, man, like Riley Leonard is the difference maker on that Duke team. As much as it hurts me to feel that way, like I just think without Riley Leonard, that team's okay.
Listen, all I'm saying though, if Juan's hits, he's got to come on the show for like 5 minutes on Monday.
Dude, Juan's got to make a show. He's got to come off the milk carton
because he will be acting the damn fool.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, we gonna force his ass. I don't care if he's in Colorado or not. His ass is getting on that show.
I mean, he will 100% act a fool. He will be like a giddy school child.
I'm with that. Like, I think that's the game we're watching just because, like, that could spark one coming out of the hibernation chamber.
100%.
But yeah, no, I was thinking about doing the Oregon game too. It was interesting that they were the underdog for sure. But yeah, I just think that it's an interesting situation.
That was a burp with mute on right there, by the way.
And look at
No,
you!
okay.
Look at you! Look at you, guys. So I think we did good here. A little bit less, right? I think a lot of that is due to the fact that Vanderbilt just isn't.
They suck ass.
Yeah.
Take
So
Take that to the bank with you.
yeah, I think you're right there. Any final thoughts, guys, before we get on to Vanderbilt and then head into a bye week?
The Dogs by a lot. Vandy by very little, if any.
I stay healthy and get healthy coming out of that bye week because we need to pour it on Florida. I think we do, but you know what I mean, though.
We need
Like,
to get exotic with our play calling.
hold on, get Mims back first off. Like, what if we get
Right.
Mims back for Florida? Like, shit could look a lot different after this bye week, by the way. But yeah, other than that, guys, also we talked about, Kobe brought up a good point. Talk about this Flipmas situation, right? Just gonna leave it here. Patreon.com/Bones Brigade. You'll understand exactly what he means. Because you heard it here first. Just gonna leave that there. You'll see when you check it out, the Patreon. And you support the show, by the way, too. Check it out. You'll love the content, I promise you. Get some good
100%.
information there. Get some information there you might like. Other than that, guys, I ain't got nothing left. I think it's Vanderbilt. We just sit here, watch the noon kickoff, drink some coffee or whatever, and go from there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're getting out of here. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, Rumble, wherever you watch it. If you're on podcast, leave us a review. With that being said, have a great night. We will catch y'all next time. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Dogs on top. Follow me on